Hi, I'm Rebecca from Little Adventure Shop, and I'm going to do a slightly different video today. As a family, we've just got back from a 4-day trip paddling around the sea and the lochs of the west coast of Scotland. So I thought before we pack this lot away, I'd just run you through the kit we took, how we packed it, and a few top tips along the way. We've done quite a few of these trips, but every trip we learned something new and how to improve things. Obviously everyone does it slightly differently, but this is just how we work, what works for us. So we've got two boats. They're both prospectors, Winona prospectors. This one's 15.5 foot and this one's 14.5 foot. And we have two kids in the front, one in each boat, and one adult at the back as well. And then the first thing you'll notice about these boats probably is this lacing along here. So we did this ourselves, and what this gives you is loads of tie-in points on the inside of the boat so you can attach all your kit, stop it rolling around the boat. The boats don't come like this, you have to do it yourself, and there's loads of videos on YouTube you can look at to work out how to do it. Okay, and then we've got buoyancy bag at the front and the back, solid buoyancy bag, and that's laced in on the top there. Right, so at the front of the boat, that's where our kids sit, and what we've learned over the years is they can get quite cold. It's quite exposed up here if there's a bit of spray coming off the water, so we make sure they're fully independent really in the front of the boat. So that means they've got their own water bottle, a sports bottle, so they can drink it with one hand, and then a stash bag full of sweets and all the unhealthy stuff that keeps them full of sugar and full of energy for the day. So that works really well. And then they have their own stuff sack here, or dry bag I should say. And then in here we'll have spare clothing. So we've got everything synthetic, so it's no cotton. So we've got an extra thermal in here, another waterproof jacket, synthetic sort of puffer jacket there, sunglasses, Cat 4 for use on water with a croquis on the back so they don't drop off. Sun hat, and all important for Scotland is a midge net as well, so that goes over the top of the sun hat. So that works really well. So the kids are basically independent. They can get stuff on and off as they need to as the weather changes, which we all know it does an awful lot in Scotland. Also, just worth mentioning quickly, is both the kids wear these, in fact I wear them as well, these waterproof dungarees. These ones are Musto. We picked them up on eBay. These are absolutely brilliant. So it was a hot trip this time, so they just had shorts and t-shirt on underneath, and then these over the top, and that works really well just to keep the water off them and stop them getting too cold. Obviously everyone's also wearing a buoyancy aid. Okay, so that's the clothing. So each of us have a stash bag like that at the front and the back, and then the rest of the kit I'll talk you through here. So it's basically split into soft storage and hard storage. So we've got two barrels here. Now, one really good tip is our youngest daughter is quite light, and so what we find in high winds is the front of the boat is quite difficult to level the boat. So what we do is we store our water under her seat. So she's got 15 litres of water in 2 containers down there. It helps keep the front of the boat down in the water a bit more. Then in this soft bag, this is an Ortlieb stuff sack with straps, which is handy. We've got 2 more dry bags in there with clothing for overnight and extra sets of warm clothing for the evening. We've got the 2 barrels, which is where the sleeping bags are, the food, the awkward stuff to pack. I'll talk you through those in a minute. Then coming back here, we've got the grab bag. This is lunch basically. We've got a grab bag for lunch here, so you just go in and get whatever you want, soft rolls, apples, that kind of thing. And then in here we've got a jet boil for warming up water. We've got the mugs, the cup, the bowls, chopping knives, that kind of thing, all in there. This is the trolley, which was a new piece of kit for this trip because we knew we had the portage. It's an Ecla trolley. It was amazing. It was really, really good. So highly recommend those. Also, we've got a homemade baler here with a sponge in the bottom. We've got the bag with a loo roll and the shoveling, because obviously we were wild camping, so you need to sort yourself out there. Then this is the adult sort of area. So another water bottle. Made a mistake. This one doesn't have a sports top on. I shouldn't do that. Next time I won't take that one. We've got another bag here with a bothy and a few safety bits in. Down here we've got the first aid kit and sun cream and midge repellent. And here we've got an LED flare, should we get into trouble. And we've also got a Garmin InReach, which is obviously a bit of safety kit here. So if worst comes to worst, we could call for help on it. Also, we set it as a tracker so that grandparents, etc., can see where we are hour by hour. And we can also get weather forecasts on this and send texts if you're out of mobile reception. So that's quite a handy thing to have. Throw bag at the back, another buoyancy bag, and then that's my spare clothing under there. So that's a rough, quick run through of everything we've got in here. We took 2 boats, so not everything was in this boat. It's obviously shared between the 2 boats. Oh, and we've got a spare paddle in there, I forgot to mention as well. So I just get out one of the barrels. I want to show you how we do our food. Oh, always quite awkward to get out, but handy when they're in. So here we've got a barrel top tip. With this bit, make sure it's not sealed across where the handles are, because otherwise you grind your fingers against it when you pull it out. So right, in this barrel, another dry bag. This is an Exped dry bag. That's a dog blanket in there. That's our cooker. It sits straight onto a Calagas bottle, which is in the other boat. So that's really handy. No nonsense, just does the job. Right, this is how we do our food. So there were actually another family with us on the trip, so we split the food. But this is one whole evening meal in here, so we planned it out all before we go. And these things are so useful. They are reusable zip ties. You can just pull that off. So in here we've got all the food we need to feed 9 people for an evening meal. So this looks like chili. So we've got a few carrots and then lots of tomato juice, all long life obviously. Doesn't need to be refrigerated. And then when we've cooked our meal, all the rubbish goes back in here. You just close it up, reuse the zip tie, and it's all tidied away nicely. And then just quickly in here, this is our sleeping bags. So per barrel there's 2 sleeping bags, 2 sleeping mats, and again doubled up in a dry bag just in case it all gets wet. So that's basically it. We've got the tent goes in the other boat in that slightly larger barrel there that you might be able to see. As I said, the Calagas sits under that seat, and everything just about works. So I hope you found this useful. Please do leave some comments if you'd like any more information, or if you've got any ideas we can improve it. As I said, we're by no means the experts, but this kind of works for us, and we've tweaked it and improved it along the way. So yeah, I hope you like the video. Many thanks.